I would point out that last Congress, the Democrats ran a committee in that Congress for a year and a half, which gave no ability to the Republicans to cross-examine one single witness. So we do believe the ability to cross-examine is important. We also believe in following the custom.
That's
Mr.
false.
Sauer.
You couldn't question witnesses at a
Mr.
hearing?
Sauer.
You are not allowed to question witnesses at a hearing? Is that what you're saying?
Mr. Sauer, you deposed Dr. Fauci.
Point of order. Mr. Chairman, could you clarify that statement because I find it incredibly hard to believe.
Point of
What
order, that's
basis
not a
in-
point of order.
What basis in fact do you
Gentlelady has
have
not
for
stated a point
making
of order.
that assertion?
The chair now
Are
represents
we
himself
just
for
here
his
to
5 minutes
allege
of-
wild
5 minutes of
allegations
questioning.
and have no factual
Mr. Sauer,
thing to pick it up?
the gentlewoman has not been recognized. Mr. Sauer, you deposed Dr. Fauci last fall? In that deposition, you asked him the question, you said, is it important for people to have access to both sides of the debate so they can assess what's good information and what's bad information? Remember that question you asked Dr. Fauci? And here was his response. He said, Dr. Fauci said, well, you know, it depends. If information is clearly inadequate and statistically not sound, there can be a danger in people who don't have the ability or the experience to understand. Mr. Sauer, do you forfeit your First Amendment rights if you can't tell good information from bad information? That's not how our First Amendment works, is it? You need to turn on your mic if you can, Mr. Sauer. Is the First Amendment only those for those people who have the ability or experience to understand?
No, it is for all Americans.
All Americans, all 330 million of us, is that right?
That's correct.
Not just for the special people, not just for the super smart people like Dr. Fauci, who worked 40 years in our government, highest paid guy. Not just for them, it's for all of us, right?
Absolutely right.
Even if maybe you don't know the difference sometimes between what's good or bad information, you still have your First Amendment liberties under our Constitution.
Both to hear and to speak, absolutely.
Exactly right. By the way, when you deposed Dr. Fauci, how many times did he happen to say he didn't know or couldn't remember?
He said, I do not recall or variations thereof 174 times, and adding in variations if I don't remember at least 212 times.
Wow. Smartest man on the planet couldn't remember 212 times?
He couldn't remember things, including things that he had told the national media, quote, I remember it very well. Then he would say 16 times, I don't recall details of that meeting.
Now you, you were near the top of your class at Harvard Law School, Rhodes Scholar, is that right, Mr. Sauer?
I've submitted a biographical statement.
Yeah. Well, I looked at your biography. It's pretty impressive. Is that pretty high? You've done a lot of depositions. You've done a lot of legal work. You've deposed a lot of people. Is 212 times pretty high?
I've taken dozens of depositions. I've never seen anything like it, including in this case where other federal government witnesses frequently